Now this one looks a little different than the ones you guys are used to graphing, so you might have gotten a little scared, okay? So the first thing I told you guys is to try to find your easy x, okay? So we're plugging in numbers into this x right here so you guys can find your f's, the y values. Now for this one, because there's nothing adding or subtracting to the x, inside the x squared, it doesn't move left or right. So your easy x is gonna be 0. So this one you can still find the easy x pretty easily. So when I plug in 0 to this, I get 5, 0 squared. All right, pretty simple, right? 0 squared is 0, and then 5 times 0 is 0. So my origin is going to be where my vertex is going to be. Okay, so that's 0, 0. Then you just got to pick a number to above or below the 0. You actually can pick any number you want, but I suggest trying to stay close to the easy x. I'm going to throw in a positive 1. When I do positive 1, I get 5, 1 squared. 1 squared is 1, and 5 times 1 is 5, and so I get 5. So these are the 2 points that I need to graph. The cool part, let's see, let me put it right here, 1, 5. The cool part is, the way IXL does it, it like does all the work for you. So if you know where the vertex is, you put that one down first, like so. Nope, right there. Nope. Right there. So at 0, 0. And then the other one was at 1, 5. So I'm going to go 1, 5. And I put my point right there. And look at that. It finishes the parabola for me. So for IXL, it's actually easier than what I was giving to you guys because you don't have to graph 5 points. You just have to graph 2 points. The most important point, the vertex, and then the other point is just any other point that's on the graph. And then it'll complete it for you. Okay, here's another one. For this one, you should know that your easy x is going to be 7. When I plug 7 into this, I get 0 on the inside of the squared. And then I go 0 squared, which is 0, and 0 times 3 would be 0. So 7, 0 is my vertex. Okay, the next thing that you're going to want to do is find 1 point next to the vertex. So I'm going to go down this time. I'm going to pick a 6. And so it says 3, 6 minus 7, because I picked 6. And 6 minus 7 is negative 1. And then negative 1 squared is positive 1. 3 times 1 is 3. And so I get 3. And I just need 2 points to graph it, as long as one of them is my vertex. Okay, vertex. Okay, let's do it. That's 7, 0, and 6, 3. 7, 0, right there. And then 6, 3 is right there. There you go. Now, there are a lot of tricks that you will start to see the more that you graph these. So I wanted to give you guys a heads up so that you guys can find those tricks too. When you find the tricks, it makes it so much quicker to graph. Okay, so really quick, I'll do it the long way, which is with the table. So I find my easy x, which is negative 9, and then I plug it in. So I get negative 9 plus 9 squared 4 minus 3. So I get 0 for this. 0 squared is 0 times 4 is 0, and then I get minus 3, so it's negative 3. And then you pick one other point. So I'm going to pick negative 8. So I have negative 8 plus 9 squared minus 3. I have to multiply by 4 first. So I have negative 8 plus 9, which is 1. 1 squared, which is 1. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. And so there you go. I have 2 points. Now I can easily graph this. But I want to show you guys this shortcut. And I don't know if you guys will be able to track me on this, but you totally can find these shortcuts yourself if you keep graphing tables. Now check this out. Because I see a plus 9, I know I'm going to move to the left 9, all right, to the negative 9 right here. And then I see a minus 3, which will move me down 3, okay? So my vertex is going to be right there. In fact, you'll notice that your vertex is always the H and the K, okay? This is your H, this is your K. Now, the h here is -9, and the k is -3. So I have -9, -3 for my vertex. And so if you see that, boom, you could put the vertex down right away. Like that. Now the next thing is that -4. Now this is a +4. Because it's a +4, your point is just going to go, your next point is going to be out 1 and then up 4. Okay, so 1 and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is my other point. Or you could have gone the other way. You could have gone to the left 1 and then up 4 and put your point right there. And that works every time, and I don't have to graph a bunch of points. But if you understand the points, just stick to it. I'm just trying to show you guys how you would find some shortcuts. So let me put my point. Boom. All right.